Hi again, this is Jennifer with NorthwestStamper.com, and today I was going to show for my celebration countdown, I guess it were, this card that I made. I was trying to use up a bunch of scraps on my table because, as I'm sure I'm not alone, you work on projects, you punch something out, and then the pile just gets bigger of the stuff that you decide you're not going to use, but you just can't bear to recycle, or at least maybe that's me. So I wanted to really show you about how I made this pattern piece, which is using papers from the Retiring All Is Calm designer paper from Stampin' Up. So I am going to make my own paper using scraps that I had left over sitting on my desk. Now, this is something you can do with any of your papers, mix it up for any season, for anything really that you need to get rid of, you can use. So, but to do this card, which is what we're going to walk through today, and then we're going to use this stamp set, which is coming out as something you can get free as part of Sale-a-Bration with Stampin' Up! In January through March. I love this set. It's so cute. Lots of great sentiment. So that's where this thanks is coming from. So, but let's first start by making this piece of paper. And actually, I was trying to I had these strips of paper. They were 3 inches by 3/4. They were left over from when I was cutting for a different project. So, and they just seemed totally useful, so I thought I ought to keep them. And turns out they were. So, these are 3/4 by 3 inches. And then I had these pieces of scrap paper left over from another project that were 1 1/4 by 4 inches. So, definitely, obviously they're bigger, but if you put 2 of them together, we can be really efficient and we can actually get multiple. We can get 2 for the price of 1 strip. So, to get started, all you need to do is take your tape runner and then just put adhesive all along the tops of your scrap paper. Now I'm using white, but you can use any paper that you have. So if you have a bunch of leftover random color paper that you don't like or you don't need, or you just have a lot of, it works fine because we're not actually going to see this. Sometimes it's useful to have it be a color that's similar so that if it shows through it's okay, but it's not required. So take your piece of paper, and in this case what I did is I angled them because I want them to have this nice diagonal pattern, is take one corner and the opposite corner and line them up on the outsides of your paper. And I sort of like to start in the middle because it makes it easier for me to fit everything along. So I just have this, and that sort of twisted a little if that happens. So you set it down gently so you can always pop it up. There. Once you get the first one down, the rest goes super easy. So have one at an angle. Take your next piece. Let's do this piece. And do the same thing. You're just going to slide it up right next so that it goes corner to corner. Okay, now when you have your strips, sometimes you'll have a little bit left over on one side. In this case, I had this little corner, so I'm just going to add a little extra adhesive. And since I have so much hanging off on this side, I can take my scissors and just trim off a little bit here and stick it on to cover it up. Now when you flip it over, you have your 2 pieces here. So all you have to do is now just trim around the outsides. And there you have 2 cute pieces of pattern paper that you can use on any of your projects that have this really cute stripe that's completely custom to your project. Now let's finish out this card because it's really quick and easy to do. All you're going to do is start with a basic card base here that's 5.5 by 8.5, so your 8.5 by 11 cut in half. And I took a piece of, this is crisp cantaloupe, and it is, let's see, it's 1 inches by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to glue that down to my card front. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 1/2 inch from the bottom. Then we'll take one of my pattern pieces, glue it over the top. just so it overlaps a little. Okay, then I'm going to take the stamp set. This is that Simply Wonderful stamp set from the Sale-a-Bration catalog. Available starting January 6th. And I'm going to take my Island Indigo ink because I love this color. I'm so glad it stuck around. And I just thought that the blue would go well. So just ink it up. Stamp it on another piece of scratch white paper. And then I took my decorative label punch. We're just going to punch that guy out. Fits so perfect, don't you think? And then you will glue him down here. Now I use dimensionals, which I of course forgot to grab, so give me a second. Always have to have dimensionals on hand. They are a crafter's must, I say. At least I don't know what I would do without them. It's probably good. Yeah, I don't know about you. There's lots of tools that I love and that I feel like I have to have, but I really don't know what I would do without dimensionals. So just pop that down. Then I wanted to add some sparkle since it's kind of simple. Whoops. And I grabbed some of this silver baker's twine, so it's sort of a natural color with silver. And I just wrapped it. So to wrap it on my card, this is about 23 inch or 26 inches. I don't know if that's what I do. Is I just sort of start it where I want it to end, and I wrap a couple times, and then I tie. And so I usually don't measure. I usually just wrap and see where I end up. But in this case, I thought it was easier just to cut it off. So do that, and then you can just sort of trim off any extra bits you don't need. Slide it around so it looks how you want. And then I thought there was so much white that we just needed a little something else, so I grabbed these sequins. These are the 2013 to 2015 sequins. They're all these in color. They're stars and hearts. I don't know if you can see very well. Stars and hearts and circles, and I just grabbed a couple, and I grabbed my glue dots. Then just picked a couple to stick down. Whoops. Sometimes you have to convince it to come with you. And the nice thing is these are all kind of light colors, so they're perfect for spring or something subtle. And you can pick any ones you want. I just sort of liked the combination of circles and stars. And done. Super cute card, quick and easy, lots of fun. And you, like I said, you can make these with anything you have. They're great for your 6x6s because, like I said, each of these strips was 3 inches long. So if you participate in my paper shares, like this was what my holiday catalog paper share. I'll be doing one for the new spring catalog. So look for details on my blog tomorrow on how you can get that. Each of these packages will come with a 6x6 piece of all of the 12x12 papers in the catalog. Any of the paper packs, I cut a piece in half. So you get one of every pattern in the entire catalog instead of having to buy them all first. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give this a try, and if you have any questions, let me know.